Hey everyone, and welcome back to the English Learning Podcast. I'm Henry.
And I'm Sarah. Thanks so much for joining us today. If you're working on your English fluency, you're definitely in the right place.
Absolutely. Whether you're walking, commuting, or just relaxing at home, get ready because today's episode is going to unlock a powerful secret that many English learners never hear about.
That's right. We're talking about the Fluency formula, a method that helps you train your brain to think in English, not just speak it.
Sounds exciting, right? We're going to explore what fluency really means, why it's more about your brain than your grammar book, and how you can start thinking in English like a native speaker.
And don't worry, we'll keep it practical. We're giving you real-life techniques that you can start using today, even if you're shy or just getting started.
So grab your notebook, or just listen closely. And let's dive into the secret of becoming truly fluent. All right, before we get into the solution, let's talk about the problem. Sarah, why do you think so many people struggle with fluency, even after years of learning English?
That's such a good question, Henry. And honestly, it's not because they're lazy or bad at languages. It's because of how they're learning. Most learners are stuck in the habit of translating everything from their native language into English.
Exactly. They hear a question in English, and before they answer, they're thinking in their own language, translating it in their heads, and then trying to form a response in English. That process takes time, and confidence just drops.
Yes, and that delay? It creates silence, hesitation, and sometimes even panic. Then the brain goes, "Oh no, I'm not fluent." And boom, fear of speaking sets in.
So true. And you know what's really interesting? A lot of learners actually know the right words. Their grammar is okay, their vocabulary is decent, but their brain just isn't trained to access English instantly.
That's where overthinking comes in. Learners think, is this the right tense? What if I make a mistake? What if I sound silly? And guess what? They get stuck.
It's like analysis paralysis, right? You overanalyze every little thing until your brain just gives up.
Yep, and another big one, the fear of mistakes. We hear this all the time. I'm afraid to speak because I might say something wrong.
Here's the thing. Making mistakes is actually a good sign. It means you're trying, you're learning, and you're using the language.
Totally agree. Fluency doesn't mean perfection. It means being able to express yourself clearly and comfortably, even if it's not always 100% correct.
Exactly. So if you've been feeling stuck, translating too much, or avoiding conversations because of fear, you are not alone.
And the good news? That's exactly what we're here to help with. We're going to show you how to flip that mental switch and start thinking in English naturally.
Stick with us, because next, we'll introduce you to something we call the Fluency formula. It's simple, powerful, and totally doable.
Let's unlock your English brain, coming up right after this.
So, now that we've talked about the problem, translation, overthinking, and fear, it's time to get to the good stuff.
Yes, let's talk about the solution, what we call the Fluency formula.
I love this part, because a lot of people think fluency is about memorizing more vocabulary or studying advanced grammar. But actually, fluency is more about how you use what you already know.
Exactly. And here's the truth. The Fluency formula is not magic. It's not a trick. It's a combination of 3 powerful elements: mindset, habit, and brain training.
Let's break that down. First, mindset. This is all about how you think about learning. If you believe you have to be perfect before you speak, your brain will freeze. But if you accept that mistakes are part of the process, your brain starts to relax and respond more naturally.
That's so important. Learners need to switch from, "I have to get it right" to, "I just need to get it out." Communication first, perfection later.
Beautifully said. The second part of the formula is habit. Fluency doesn't come from studying once a week. It comes from small daily actions that train your brain to respond automatically.
Yes, like brushing your teeth. You don't think about it, you just do it. Speaking English should feel the same. It's about building that daily rhythm.
And finally, brain training. This means doing specific exercises that actually rewire your brain to think in English instead of your native language.
And no, it's not about sitting with a textbook for 5 hours. It's about short, targeted activities that help you practice thinking fast, speaking freely, and staying confident.
So if we put it all together, the fluency formula looks like this. Mindset plus habit plus brain training equals fluency.
And don't worry, we're going to walk you through each part, step by step. Because when you understand this formula, everything changes.
You stop thinking about English and start living it.
Coming up next, we'll show you how to train your brain to think in English. No more translating in your head.
Let's keep going. All right. This is the heart of the fluency formula. If you want to speak English naturally, you need to train your brain to think in English. But how do you actually do that?
Great question. And the good news? It's totally possible with a little practice and some simple strategies.
Let's start with the biggest shift. Stop translating.
Right. This is where many learners get stuck. They hear something in English, translate it into their native language, think of a response in their native language, and then try to translate it back into English. It's like a mental ping-pong game.
Exactly. And it's exhausting. So the first step is choose a few simple situations and commit to thinking only in English during them. No translation allowed.
For example, when you're making your morning coffee, try describing what you're doing in English, like, I'm boiling water, I'm opening the jar, I'm pouring the coffee.
Or, when you're walking somewhere, describe what you see. The sky is cloudy. That man is walking a dog. The store is closed. Simple sentences. No grammar stress. Just think in English.
Yes, it might feel slow at first, but the brain learns fast with repetition. You're actually teaching your brain, hey, this is my new operating system, English.
And here's a powerful tip. Talk to yourself in English, out loud or in your head. Both work.
It sounds a little weird, but it works like magic. You're creating mental pathways, so English becomes your brain's default language for certain thoughts.
Another method? Use English-only zones. Like, for 10 minutes a day, you tell yourself, I'm in English mode now. No other language.
During that time, think in English, write in English, even ask yourself questions in English, like, what do I want for lunch? Or what did I do yesterday?
These habits build something we call automatic thinking. Your brain starts recognizing English as your go-to language, and the need to translate fades away.
And the best part? You don't need to speak like a native. You just need to connect ideas in English, not through translation.
That's the goal. Fluency isn't speed. It's comfort. It's being able to express yourself with ease.
So remember, start small, stay consistent, and celebrate progress. Thinking in English is like building muscle. A little every day makes a big difference.
Next up, we'll talk about how to speak without fear. Yes, we're tackling confidence next, because that's what really helps fluency. All right, now that you're starting to train your brain to think in English, let's talk about something just as important: confidence.
Oh yes, this is a big one. Because even if you can speak in English, many learners don't, simply because they're scared.
Scared of what? Making mistakes.
Exactly. People worry, what if I say it wrong? Or what if I look stupid? and that fear stops them from speaking at all.
Here's the truth. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone. Even native speakers mess up all the time.
That's right. Think about it. How many times do you hear someone say, "Wait, that didn't come out right," or "What's the word I'm looking for?"
I do that every day.
Same here. So if native speakers are allowed to make mistakes, then guess what? So are you.
And the key to overcoming fear is not waiting to feel ready or perfect. It's about building speaking momentum by practicing without judging yourself.
Let's introduce a super simple technique here. It's called the 3-second rule. Want to explain it, Henry?
Gladly. So, the 3-second rule means this. When someone asks you a question in English, you respond within 3 seconds. No long thinking, no translating. Just respond with whatever English you can.
Why? Because it forces your brain to get comfortable responding under pressure, just like in real conversations.
You might say something super simple. You might make a mistake, but that's okay. The goal is to build speed and confidence, not perfection.
Here's an example. Let's say someone asks, "What did you do this weekend?" You don't need to give a perfect answer. Just say, I went shopping and watch movie. Was fun.
That's totally fine. You communicated. You got your message across. You're using English, and you're learning.
Exactly. And every time you do that, your fear gets smaller. Your brain learns, hey, I can do this.
So let's summarize this section. Everyone makes mistakes, even natives. Use the 3-second rule to answer quickly. Focus on communication, not perfection.
Coming up next, we're going to share specific daily exercises you can do to build fluency at home. Practical, powerful, and just a few minutes a day.
Stick around. This is where it gets really fun. Welcome back. So far, we've talked about thinking in English and building confidence. Now, let's get practical.
Yes, it's time for real daily training you can do at home. No teacher, no classroom, no expensive apps.
Let's jump into our first technique, mirror talk.
This is such a powerful one. All you do is stand in front of a mirror and talk to yourself in English, out loud.
You can talk about your day, your plans, or even how you're feeling. Like, I woke up late today. I feel tired, but I want to study English now.
And the mirror helps because you see yourself speaking. You become more aware of your facial expressions, your pronunciation, and your confidence.
Exactly. And because no one's watching, there's zero pressure. You can try again, experiment with your voice, and actually have fun.
All right, next up, the shadowing technique.
Ah, yes. This one's a favorite. Here's how it works. You listen to a native speaker, maybe from a podcast, YouTube video, or movie, and you repeat what they say at the same time.
It's like being their echo. You copy their speed, rhythm, and pronunciation.
And you don't worry about understanding every word. The goal is to train your mouth and ears to move like a native speaker.
Start with short clips, 10 to 30 seconds. Use subtitles if you need to. Pause and rewind. Do it over and over.
It's like going to the gym, but for your speaking muscles.
Okay, here's another one. 1-minute speaking drills.
Love these. Super simple. You pick a topic, any topic, and speak for 1 minute non-stop in English.
No stopping, no going back, just keep talking. Even if you repeat words or say, ugh, a lot, it's all part of the exercise.
Topics can be easy. My favorite food. What I did yesterday. A place I want to visit. Time yourself. Challenge yourself. Improve daily.
And now, a super important concept, input versus output.
This is key. Most learners spend too much time on input, like listening, watching, and reading English. That's great, but fluency comes from output, actually speaking.
So, for every 30 minutes of English input, try to do 10 to 15 minutes of speaking output. Mirror talk, 1-minute drills, shadowing. It all counts.
It's about balance. Don't just consume English. Practice producing it. That's how fluency grows.
And these activities? You can do them anywhere. No fancy tools, just your voice, your mind, and a few minutes a day.
Coming up next, we'll show you how to make fluency part of your daily life without feeling overwhelmed.
Let's keep the momentum going.
All right, friends. Now that we've covered the daily techniques, let's mix things up and make it even more fun.
Because fluency doesn't have to feel like homework. Your brain actually learns faster when it's relaxed, curious, and having a good time.
That's why we love using what we call brain workouts for fluency. These are creative, playful ways to train your English skills throughout the day.
Let's start with one of my favorites, English journaling.
Oh yes, just take 5 to 10 minutes a day and write your thoughts in English. It could be about your day, your goals, your feelings, or even just random thoughts.
It's not about grammar or spelling, it's about expression. You're teaching your brain to think and reflect in English.
Exactly. And if you're stuck, just use a prompt, like, "Today I feel one thing I learned is," or, "If I could travel anywhere, I'd go to."
Next up, role-play games. This is where things get creative.
Pretend you're in a real-life situation. For example, you're ordering food at a restaurant, checking into a hotel, or answering interview questions.
You can do this alone, or with a friend who's also learning English. Take turns being the waiter, the customer, the teacher, the student.
It's a great way to build real-world vocabulary and confidence. Plus, it's fun.
Now here's one that sounds super simple but works like magic. Thinking in English while doing everyday tasks.
Yes, you can train your brain while cooking, cleaning, walking, even brushing your teeth. Just describe what you're doing in English.
For example, I'm chopping onions. Now I'm adding oil to the pan, the water is boiling. Easy phrases, but they add up fast.
You're building fluency in real time, in your real life.
And the best part? These brain workouts make English feel like a part of you, not just a subject you study.
Coming up, we'll show you how to build a full fluency lifestyle, so this becomes a natural part of your day, just like brushing your teeth or checking your phone.
Let's finish strong.
All right, it's time for the best part of the episode, your challenge.
Yes, because listening is great, but doing is where the real fluency happens.
So here's your mission, if you're ready. We call it the 7-Day Fluency Brain Workout. 7 days, 7 small actions, 1 big fluency boost.
Here's how it works. Each day, choose one technique we talked about in this episode. Mirror talk, 1-minute speaking, English journaling, role play, thinking in English while walking or cooking.
Exactly. Just pick one and do it for at least 5 minutes. That's it. 5 minutes a day for 1 week.
You don't need to be perfect. You just need to show up and train your brain a little bit every day.
And to keep it fun, we want to hear from you. Share your experience with us on YouTube. Comment on this episode, tell us which exercise you tried, or even record a short video.
We'd love to feature some of your stories or shout-outs in our next episode, so don't be shy.
Remember, fluency isn't about talent. It's about tiny actions done consistently. That's the fluency formula.
So grab a notebook, set a reminder, and get started today. Your fluency journey starts now.
Coming up in our next episode, we'll dive into how to grow your vocabulary naturally, without memorizing boring word lists. It's going to be a game changer.
We'll see you there. And until then, keep speaking, keep thinking, and keep growing. Bye for now.
And that brings us to the end of today's episode. Wow, what a journey.
Seriously, let's do a quick recap of what we covered in this powerful fluency formula episode.
We started with the real reasons learners struggle with fluency, like overthinking, translating, and fear. Then we introduced the fluency formula: mindset, habit, and brain training. You learned how to think in English, speak without fear, and use simple daily techniques like mirror talk and the shadowing method. Plus, we gave you some fun brain workouts to bring English into your real life.
And of course, the 7-day Fluency Brain Workout Challenge. We can't wait to hear how you do with that.
Let us know in the comments. What's your favorite technique? What part are you going to start with? Your feedback means a lot, and we read every single one.
And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a new episode.
Now, here's a little teaser. Next time on the English Learning Podcast, we'll dive into how to build your vocabulary without memorizing. You'll learn how to grow your vocabulary naturally using context, exposure, and real-life practice. No flashcards, no pressure.
Trust us, you won't want to miss that one.
So until then, keep learning, keep laughing, and keep speaking English. Bye for now.